Some of us don't know what's coming around the corner. Some of us are worried about this and worried about that. And we've got every right to be worried because we're like some entity by ourselves. And while you're by yourself, the enemy can do whatever he wants with you. But when we become an army, a collective, a community, the enemy has to think twice. This is important. Our young people, they're warriors, but they're rebellious warriors against themselves. And mostly, it's not xenophobia, mostly they're suffering from self-hatred, killing themselves, killing their own brother, abusing their own sister. This can only change when those of us who understand that change is necessary and decide to be a part of the change. And not expecting somebody to change it for us, but knowing that we have to play our part.
That's right.
Only when we understand this and we decide once and for all, let's do this.
Let's do it.
And let's stay the course, because this ain't no walk in the park. As I said before, it's not for punks, it's not for cowards, it's not for weak-hearted people. When you're talking about Robert Mugabe, you ain't talking about no weak heart. The day of judgment is not a 24-hour day, beloved. We're living in the day of judgment right now. Right now, the whole planet is under judgment. Every one of us in this room is under judgment. We're making judgments on ourselves. And you know the sad thing is, beloved, most of us, when we judge ourselves, we find ourselves guilty as charged in terms of not doing what we know we're supposed to be doing. And when you're found guilty, beloved, you are convicted. You are arrested. You are imprisoned. In other words, you can't move. We have to make ourselves innocent by doing that which we know we're supposed to be doing. But as long as we don't do what we're supposed to do, we will find us guilty. The book says in that day your own skin will bear witness against you. He says, and surely on you is a curse until the day of judgment. He said, my Lord, this is the devil talking, Iblis. He said, my Lord, then respite me till the time when they are raised. The Honorable Minister Louis Farrakhan asked the question, who are they? Who is it that's going to be raised? See, because you know, you look around at the world and who is it that needs to be raised from a terrible dead condition?
Who's on the floor? Guys.
It ain't these Arabs. You got Arabs, some poor Arabs who are in trouble. You got poor Jews who are in trouble. You got poor this, that, the other, all over the planet who are in trouble. But let me tell you something, beloved. Among them, you got the rich and the powerful and those who are movers and shakers on the planet. But where do you find wholesale people who are absolutely buried?
With resources, with diamonds.
Down and out.
Living on the richest continent on the planet, yet poor.
Down and out.
Not controlling their own resources. A people walking around in somebody else's name. A people who gave civilization and education and mathematics and all of the sciences to the planet, yet today when we need to go to school, we go to somebody else to teach us.
Imagine, think about that.
He said, my Lord, then respite me till the time when they are raised. Those who have to be raised is us. And the enemy, he knows the time and he knows that today is our day to be raised. And that's why he banned the Honorable Minister Louis Farrakhan from 1986. Because for hundreds of years he's been expecting one. I know you look at all of the CCTV cameras all over this country, saturating every corner. Everywhere you look, there's a camera pointing back at you. And I know you think, oh, it's just to do with traffic, or it's to do with community watch. Let me tell you something. This devil is paranoid. He's expecting something. You know, when you're evil, you're always afraid. You're always afraid that something is coming to expose your evil. And so you're looking, you're watching, you're looking in every direction to see. And see if you can head it off. He said, respite me till the time when they are raised. He said, God talking. So surely you are of the respited ones, till the period of time made known. Do you know that up until this time period that you and I live in, nobody knew what time it was?
That's right.
Why do you think the Most Honorable Elijah Muhammad wrote the monumental book, The Theology of Time? Why do you think the Honorable Minister Louis Farrakhan would do a series of lectures called The Time and What Must Be Done? See, because before this time, nobody knew the time.
That's right.
But the time being spoken of in the Holy Quran is this time when they are being raised. Did you know that the enemy can't stop us from being raised?
That's right.
Got no power. Can't do nothing about it. Do you know who's stopping us from being raised? Just us. We are the ones. Because we are too cowardly, too lazy, too lacking in belief in self, that we won't do what other people take for granted. The Most Honorable Elijah Muhammad said that the last trick of the devil will be to offer us his woman. I hope you heard what I said. Talking to all of those black people out there, we're just ecstatic now. Because not only can we have the white woman, not only can we have the white man, but they will throw themselves at us now. The last trick of the devil will be to offer to us intimate relations with his woman and with himself. Harry marrying Meghan is not an accident. This is what's called advertisement or promotion. Well, if she can do it, I mean, the devil, you don't even begin to understand the devil. If he can do it, come on, man. A prince. It began years ago in the movies. Because there was a time in the movies where a black couple couldn't be seen together. That was taboo. And even many of our black actors, they said they wouldn't be seen in a scene with a white woman. When Denzel first started, that's what he said. They just wouldn't do it. Times have changed. When Halle Berry played in Monsters Ball. Have you ever heard the term dancing with the devil? Do you understand what ballroom dancing is? Have you ever questioned why would they call it Monsters Ball? There was no ball in this movie. There were no monsters, so to speak. So why Monsters Ball? It's because it was a depiction of the righteous dancing with the devil. As far as this world's depiction is concerned, as far as Hollywood is concerned, she is one of the most iconically beautiful black women on the planet. So when you now match one of the most beautiful black women on the planet with the lowest form of white life on the planet, the screw, the prison officer, that's an advert sending a message to all the other black women that this is no longer off limits.
Think about it.
You can go there too. And I was in the cinema watching Monsters Ball. And behind me were some black women. And every time they would get low down and filthy in the movie, and believe me, they got low down and filthy. And according to some of the commentators about this movie, they said they'd never seen a mainstream film where an actress of that caliber would go that far. She got an Oscar. Not only was he a prison officer, but in the movie, he was responsible for her husband's execution. And you don't understand the level of the message that's being sent. And we're the only people who could be sent such a message of self-hatred and taught to love our enemy. In the movie, this character, the prison officer, the screw, hated his own father.
That's right.
So how could you as a black woman think that he could love you? If he could hate his own kith and kin, why would he care about you? And does he love your black father? Just think about it, beloved. In the movie, she has to give herself to this man. And I don't know if any of you can remember the actual Oscar ceremony, but she was crying hard. And a lot of commentators said they know why she's crying like that. Because she said she knew what she had to do to get that Oscar. And I've seen that sister in powerful movies. She's a fantastic actress. But she never came nowhere near no Oscar for those fantastic roles that she played, depicting slavery and depicting the white man's brutality and oppression against black people. She never got anywhere near an Oscar for those. But in that, Denzel Washington got the Oscar for Training Day. In Training Day, I'm sitting in the cinema and I actually heard myself saying, kill him. Because this is a character that Denzel Washington played in Training Day. I've never actually seen a film where the lead character had no redeeming characteristics. He was pure evil. But that's what he had to play to get the Oscar. But it goes deeper than that. Because the LAPD is one of the most notorious police departments for evil against black people. But in one movie, Denzel Washington shifted the focus from the white oppressive demons who are the body of the LAPD and gave it a black face. And Ethan Hawke, the little Caucasian actor who played next to him, he became the innocent, angelic white man being corrupted by the evil black man. I said, my God, let me tell you something, beloved. Let me tell you something, beloved. I trained as an actor. Some of you see me on TV. I can act. I can play roles. You couldn't pay me. I don't care. You could offer me 10 million. You could not pay me to play any of those roles. It's not going to happen, beloved. Because I know the power of those images and what the enemy is trying to do. And don't make a mistake. Don't think that he didn't succeed, because he did succeed. In the movie, Denzel Washington talking about my dog. My dog. This is how he's talking. See, that's the language. That language is all pervasive now. Not that he coined it or started it, but you see, when you put it in the big movies, my God, brothers and sisters,